He thought he was protected. His laptop had antivirus installed. Not the free version. Not some random trial software. A proper paid antivirus with real-time protection, firewall monitoring, web protection, and all the security features turned on. Every time he opened his computer, he saw the same comforting message on the screen. Your device is protected. And after seeing that message enough times, he stopped worrying. He stopped questioning suspicious emails. He stopped double-checking links. Because in his mind, if something dangerous happened, the antivirus would warn him. That was the mistake. For months, everything seemed fine. The antivirus icon stayed green. The computer ran normally. No scary pop-ups appeared. No virus warnings showed up. Nothing looked infected. So when he received an urgent security email one afternoon, he didn't panic. The email looked like it came from Google. It said there had been a suspicious login attempt on his account from a new location, and if this wasn't him, he needed to verify his account immediately. At the bottom of the email was a blue button. Secure my account. At first glance, nothing looked strange. The logo looked correct. The layout looked professional. The message sounded serious but believable. It even had the kind of security wording he had seen before. Your account security is important to us. If you do not verify this activity, your account may be temporarily restricted. He didn't think of it as a scam. He thought of it as a warning. And because he had antivirus installed, he assumed that if the link was dangerous, the antivirus would stop him. So he clicked. The page opened normally. No download started. No strange file appeared. No warning came from the antivirus. The browser didn't block anything. The website loaded just like any other login page. That made him feel even more confident. Because most people imagine cyberattacks as something obvious. A suspicious file, a scary warning, a computer suddenly freezing, a hacker screen appearing out of nowhere. But this didn't look like an attack. It looked like a normal login page. Same logo, same colors, same username box, same password box. So he entered his email, then his password. Then he clicked, sign in. For a few seconds, the page loaded. Then it showed a simple message. Verification failed. Please try again later. He frowned for a moment, but he didn't think much of it. Websites fail all the time. Maybe Google was having a problem. Maybe the page timed out. Maybe he typed something wrong. So he closed the tab and went back to work. Nothing happened immediately. The laptop still looked fine. The antivirus still showed green. His files were still there. His browser still worked. So he forgot about it. But on the other side, someone had already received his email and password. What he clicked was not the real login page. It was a fake copy. A phishing page. A page designed to look familiar enough that the victim doesn't stop to question it. The attacker didn't need to break into his laptop. They didn't need to install malware. They didn't need to bypass the antivirus. They simply created a fake doorway and waited for him to walk through it. And because he typed the password himself, the computer didn't see anything unusual. From the laptop's point of view, he had opened a website and typed into a form. That's all. No virus, no suspicious file, no malware behavior. Nothing for the antivirus to catch. This is the part most people misunderstand. Antivirus is not useless. It can protect you from many real threats, like malicious files, infected downloads, suspicious programs, and known malware. But phishing works differently. A phishing attack is not always trying to infect your computer. Sometimes it is trying to trick you into giving away information willingly. And that is much harder for antivirus to stop, because the fake page may not attack the device directly. It may not run a malicious program. It may not download anything. It may simply sit there, looking like a normal website, waiting for the victim to type. The danger is not inside the laptop. The danger is in the decision. Later that night, he received another security email. This time, it said there had been a successful login to his account from a device he didn't recognize. He paused. That felt strange. He opened Gmail on his phone to check, but everything still seemed normal. His inbox was there. His emails were there. Nothing looked missing. So again, he convinced himself it was probably fake. Maybe another scam email. Maybe another false alarm. And because the antivirus still showed that green protected message, he decided not to worry. That green check mark made him feel safe, even when the warning signs were already there. But the attacker did not immediately destroy anything. That's what makes this kind of attack dangerous. They don't always rush. First, they check whether the password works. Then they look for connected accounts. They check recovery settings. They look for saved emails from banks, shopping platforms, cloud storage, social media, and work tools. They are not just looking for one account. They are looking for the next door that account can open. Because once someone controls your email, they may be able to reset passwords for many other services connected to it. Your email is not just an inbox. For many people, it is the master recovery key for their digital life. The next morning, things started to feel wrong. A few emails were marked as read, even though he didn't remember opening them. A security alert he saw earlier was no longer in his inbox. Some messages had been moved to the trash. Then he noticed a password reset email from one of his social media accounts. Then another one from cloud storage. Then another one from an online shopping account. At first, it looked random. But it wasn't random. Someone was going through his accounts one by one, testing what they could access, changing recovery options, and trying to lock him out before he realized what was happening. Then Gmail logged him out, not just on his laptop, on his phone too. He tried to sign back in, but the password no longer worked. He clicked Forgot Password, expecting to receive a recovery code. But the recovery email had been changed. The backup phone number was no longer his, and the account recovery questions no longer led back to him. That was the moment the fear finally hit, because until that point, he still thought this was just a strange technical issue. Now he understood. Someone else was inside, and they were pushing him out. In panic, he opened the antivirus dashboard. Everything was still green. No threats found. No malware detected. No suspicious files quarantined. No warning that explained what had just happened. And that made the situation even more confusing. Because in his mind, being hacked meant the computer must be infected. It meant some virus must have entered the machine. It meant the antivirus should have detected something. But there was nothing to detect. The attack didn't happen because a virus broke into his laptop. It happened because he gave his login details to a fake website. The antivirus did not fail at stopping malware. It was simply not the main protection against this type of attack. This is why I have antivirus is not the same as I am safe. Antivirus is one layer of protection, but it cannot replace judgment. It cannot always know whether the website you are logging into is the real one or a convincing copy. It cannot always know whether an email is truly from Google, Microsoft, Facebook, your bank, or a scammer pretending to be them. And even when security tools warn people, many victims still click because the message feels urgent. That urgency is part of the trap. Verify now. Your account will be locked. Suspicious activity detected. Immediate action required. The attacker is not just attacking the device. They are attacking the person's emotions. Phishing works because it doesn't need the victim to be stupid. It only needs the victim to be busy, tired, distracted, or slightly scared. Maybe they are checking email during lunch. Maybe they are rushing before a meeting. Maybe they see a security warning late at night and just want to fix the problem quickly. That is when people stop checking carefully. They don't inspect the sender address. They don't look closely at the website URL. They don't pause to ask, did I actually request this? They just click. And once they click, the fake page does the rest. If he had slowed down for just a few seconds, he might have noticed the signs. The sender address was close, but not exact. The link did not really go to Google. The message created pressure instead of giving clear information. And the website URL had extra words that made it look official at first glance, but it was not the real domain. The safer move would have been simple. Don't click the button in the email. Open the browser manually. Type the real website address yourself. Log in from there. If there is truly a security issue, the real account page will show it. That one habit alone can stop many phishing attempts. This does not mean antivirus is pointless. Antivirus still matters. It can help block malicious downloads, detect infected files, warn about dangerous behavior, and protect against many common threats. But it should never be treated like a magic shield. Because cybersecurity is not one product, it is layers. Antivirus helps protect the device. A password manager helps you avoid typing passwords into fake websites because it usually won't autofill on the wrong domain. Two-factor authentication adds another barrier if your password is stolen, and your own habit of checking links can stop the attack before it starts. Each layer covers something the other layer may miss. By the time he understood what happened, the damage was already done. The attacker didn't need a powerful virus. They didn't need to defeat his antivirus. They didn't need to break into his laptop like in the movies. They only needed one convincing email, one fake login page, and one moment where he trusted the wrong screen. That is how he got hacked, even with antivirus installed. Not because antivirus is useless, but because antivirus was never designed to protect him from every decision he makes online. Modern hackers do not always force their way in. Sometimes, they send you a warning that looks real. They create a login page that feels familiar. They make the situation feel urgent. And then they wait for you to open the door yourself. Because sometimes, the most dangerous attack is not the one your antivirus misses. It is the one that convinces you there was never an attack at all. Because sometimes, the most dangerous attack is the one that feels normal. This is how people still get hacked, even with antivirus. Follow for more super simple explanation.